What's up, guys? Alright, I'm back from vacation. As you've seen, you probably hopefully have watched the vacation videos, and you got to check out the trip that me and my wife and family went on, which I was super excited to go on and everything. But you know, it's getting cold here, it's winter and everything like that, and we have some unexpected issues, and we are trying to get them taken care of. So the other day, while my wife was getting ready for work, getting the kids ready to go to school and everything like that, she went out to her car to open her trunk, and what do you think happened? Oh, I'm sure you guessed it. She just happened to rip off everything off of her trunk. So if you look here, this whole trim piece is missing. So apparently Toyota used only plastic to hold this trim piece on, and it was cold. It's been cold, and it was fragile. It's plastic, and it broke off. So she calls me frantically like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, but this piece fell off my car, it's dragging, I have to go to work, I have to take the kids to school, all this stuff and everything. What do I do? I'm like, well, just unplug it and take it off. She's like, I'm like, well, I don't know, connect to video chat, let me look at it. I'm like, oh, there's no plug there. I don't know what you're gonna do. And she's like, I'm getting scissors. Well, she went and got scissors. She literally went and got scissors and cut it. At first she's like, oh, should I cut it right down here? I'm like, no, give me a little bit of wire to fix it. But basically this is how we've been opening her trunk, is just connecting these two wires together, and that's how we open her trunk. So today we're gonna fix it. I ordered some parts and everything like that, and we're gonna fix it. And then we got other stuff to do. So stay tuned. Let me get set up. All right, guys, so I got the wife's car in the Clutch Kicker Nation garage. That's right, we're gonna be fixing her car today. It really sucks, it really caught me off guard. When she called me, she was frantic. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. But looking at it online, this is a very common problem and everything. And you know, as much as it sucks and as much as it's frustrating and everything like that, it should be a fairly easy fix. It's like 4 screws, resoldering 2 wires, and then just putting it back on. So I'll get all the parts together, I'll show you what I got and everything like that, so you can see how I'm gonna go about fixing this. And hopefully, if you have a scion and everything like this, this will help you out as well. Alright guys, so here's the parts. Here's the original, here's the replacement. Now I will say, I got this from a company called Sentinel off Amazon. It was like $30. I will say, it looks really nice. It comes with an upgraded metal bracket, which if you look on the original, it was all plastic. So what had happened was these two cracked. Then as they gave, the outer ones cracked. Now these ones, the outer ones are plastic, but the center where you actually grab to pull your trunk up includes this nice metal bracket. So it should be a lot more durable. Now I ordered this color matched, hoping that it would simplify and work really nicely. And as you can tell, they have a slight variance in color. Yes, this is her color, but as you know, when you color match, they don't always come out perfect because there's so many different shades of the same exact color. So I was a little disappointed that the color match was not a closer match, but it'll look decent. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. I do have to do some body work on the car and a couple things to paint over summer, so I'm not too worried because I can just remove this, sand it down, and lay a color that matches a little better, or maybe blend it in with the trunk. I'm not too worried about it right now. At least it's going to fix it and look decent. I also got some new trunk supports because hers were getting weak. Now the Sentinel kit also comes with the emblem adhesive, so that'll be nice. I'm not going to put the emblem on yet because I have an idea. My wife wants to do something with the emblem, so we're going to wait to do that. Honestly, to let you guys know, it'll probably end up pink. But yeah, so we're going to wait to put the emblem on. I'll save that for later. But so this is what I'm doing. Gonna replace the supports, gonna replace this, and hopefully get her trunk functional again. I'm sorry. It's always bad timing. My wife just, I don't know, she just has bad luck, and then when she's stressed out, little things always happen, and that's what happened. She went to open her trunk and it broke off. We're gonna fix it. Alright guys, so step 1 in doing this is to remove all the trim pieces right here. So you have a wraparound piece that goes around here. You just basically grab and twist off and it'll unpull out of these holes. If you look across the way here, you see these little holes. Tabs go in there. So you just grab it from the inside and pull down. The whole trim piece will come off. Then you can get this trim piece off, and that's what you want, because what we need access to are these screws right here. There's one here, one there, and one right there. So once you have the screws and everything off, you know, you're pretty much just gonna remove those 4 10mm, and then that trim piece would come out. In this case, the post will come out, the broken posts that are still attached to the car, those will come out, and that will allow us to screw in our new replacement trim and everything. But yeah, so my GoPro's dead. I'm using my new camera, and it's kind of, it's not as easy to use in these type of situations because I don't really have anywhere to put it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take it off, and then I'll show you when I get the new one put on. So yeah, just stay tuned, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so these are the 2 wires that I'm gonna be reconnecting here that go to the trunk switch. So here's the trunk switch and everything like that, and these are the wires that are gonna go on here. So first thing you wanna do is you wanna get some heat shrink tubing, and you wanna make sure you put that on first. I've made the mistake of soldering wires together and forgetting this, so it's kind of an important thing. So you wanna do that. Normally I would stagger the wires to just allow for them not to be very bulky. These are thin wires. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So what I normally do is I take the wires and I make an X. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. So I make a little X, and then I wrap the wires around. Each other. So that'll make a connection like so, and then I'm just going to solder those wires together. So I'm going to take my soldering gun, going to tin it a little bit, put a little solder on there, going to put the wire on there, heat the wire until it melts the solder. Alright, so noticing how the solder has flown through the wire and everything like that, so that's pretty good. Now I'm no master at soldering or anything like that. I just pick up a soldering iron and I go at it. So I'm going to do the same thing with the next wire. That's kind of hard to do without someone else to record this. That one I got a little hot, but either way the wires are connected, which is all I'm shooting for and everything. So once it cools down a bit, you want to position your heat shrink tubing into place. You want to be careful not to do it too soon, because if it's too hot while you're trying to push the heat shrink tubing on, it's pretty much just going to start constricting and you're going to have a bad time. Alright, so when it comes time to do the heat shrink tubing, I'm just going to basically put it right over it. And I like to use a lighter. You can use whatever you want. You can use the soldering iron, but I'm just going to take a lighter and I'm going to heat it up. And this is going to be the best way to try to secure the wires so they don't have any problems from the elements or anything like that. And there we go, there's our repair. Thanks to my wife for cutting the wires and making a little more work for me. But hey, she had to do what she had to do. She had to get to work. She had to take care of our kids. So now I'm just going to take some electrical tape. I'm going to tape it up so it's double protected, and then we'll go back to reinstallation. Alright guys, now that we have soldered and repaired our button, it's a good idea that I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in, and I'm going to basically see that it releases the trunk. Hopefully you can hear that. Hopefully you heard it basically, and it actuated the thing. What you can do is you can take something like this and you can lock that, and then you can press this. And as you can see, it works perfectly. So now that the button's all good and everything like that, we'll go ahead and get this trim piece and everything finalized and installed and everything, and we will be looking nice. Alright guys, so as you can see, you can tell a difference. I don't really think it looks bad, but I'll obviously have to probably repaint it or something, the darker shade. But I'm pretty happy. The fitment is it's what is to be expected with aftermarket parts. It's not the best. You know, I'm pretty happy with it overall. It fits pretty good. I never really closely inspected the factory trim piece to see how exactly well it fit, but it doesn't look too bad. Now the trunk opens as it should, and the button, everything works. My wife will be extremely happy. It's kind of hard to see. The gaps look pretty good. Let me grab a light. So looking at it, the gaps look pretty good. I don't really see any huge gaps that really make me sit here and go, man, that fits like crap. Could it fit a little better? Probably. But you know, it was only $40, so it's not really super expensive. The factory Toyota one is like $150. So I'm pretty pleased with it, to be honest with you. The upgraded metal bracket seems really secure. You know, when I lift up on the trunk, I don't feel this trim piece moving. So I guess it'll do the job. It'll do the job. It doesn't quite match as well as I had hoped for, and that really kind of bums me out. But I'm just happy that it doesn't look like total trash anymore. It's not ripped off. She can use her trunk and everything like that. So, you know, in that aspect, you know, all in all, it cost me like $60 for the supports and the trim piece. So I can't really complain. You know, it could have cost a lot more, you know, if it would have been worse and everything like that. Replacing the whole hatch would have been really expensive. And everything like that. So I'm glad that it was easily fixed. A little bit of time soldering some wires and, you know, undoing and bolting it back on. So I have to put the trim pieces back on inside, and I also have to change the support arms. So yeah, I'm going to do that now, and you know, basically that should wrap up fixing her car. Alright, so looking at these, usually you have to pop these lock rings off, and then these will come off, and then down here, if you can see, where is it? Down here is the other part. You'll pop off and basically do the same thing. As you can see, this one is the one, I'm trying to get light on it. This is the one that has the oil leaking and everything, so it's the one that's worn out. The other one's not too bad. The trunk actually fell on my wife's head one day, so that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. You know, her safety is of the most importance to me, and so I want to make sure her car is reliable and everything operates properly. So that's why we're fixing this stuff, and we're going to get these struts changed out so hopefully the trunk doesn't fall on her again, because she does use it often with grocery shopping and everything like that. So we got to make sure it's squared away and that everything works the way it needs to be, so we're going to get those changed out. Alright guys, so I tried to show you how to do this, but I don't really have the equipment to really get in there, hold a light, and do everything one-handed. But basically, I got both the struts supports changed, and I'll tell you, it made a world of difference. This thing is actually kind of like dangerous. Like, it's got a lot of spring in it. I love it. My wife has complained about how heavy this thing is and everything, and now it's like you just put your finger here and you pull up, and then it just lifts itself. So I will say, I'm very impressed with these. These are like 17 bucks. If you have a Scion, I'll put the link down in the description of everything I used today. So if you need it, you can check it out. But these were like $17 or $18 on Amazon. 2-day shipping, and they seem to work great. I'm really happy. That is just really nice. Like, that is effortless. Like, I like that. My wife's gonna be so happy. She complained all the time about how the door was so heavy and how it was so hard for her to get the door or the hatch open and everything. She's gonna be really happy once she goes to use this. So not only that, but it's kind of hard to see, but this button here, there's a TSB or a recall on Toyota for this melting. That's what caused most of the issue, because hers was melted. It made it really hard to push this button and everything. Now I replaced the button cover on it, and now it's real easy to push. So I should have probably fixed these things sooner, and that's probably why she ended up ripping it off and breaking it. It would have saved us some headache of having to repaint this to make it look a little nicer. But I don't know, maybe the contrast will actually look kind of nice, because it just kind of gives the back end a little different color, a little separation, so it's not all one thing. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll take it out and see it in the sun and everything one day, see if I like it. But I was telling her that we could send it back and get an all black one to kind of just blacken it up there. She said she wanted to just keep this one for now, so it is what it is. I'll paint it next summer if I have to, and we're gonna put a new emblem there, probably gonna be pink. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's pretty much gonna wrap up this little project of just trying to fix her car. I gotta put these trim pieces back in. So they pretty much go in like they came out. There's a couple clips here, 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 and here. You're just gonna put each panel in, piece it all back together, and stuff. So that's just gonna be about it. I got the wife's car back operational. She's going to be extremely happy. Hopefully this helps you out if you had this issue on your Scion, just on how to replace this trim piece. I wish I could have done a little bit more instructional. I just don't have the camera equipment to make it easy to do that. I'm trying out a new camera. I'll probably do a review on it later. It is a Canon. It's not a G7X. I really wish I could afford one. But yeah, I really like this camera. I noticed in low light it's a little grainy, a little noisy, but other than that, it takes excellent pictures and it has excellent quality. The audio is really nice too so far. I just really am trying to get used to it and figure out how to use it in my vlogs while I'm working on cars. My GoPro is dead, so I couldn't really use that, or I could have probably suction cupped it to the window or something like that. I didn't really plan this out very well, like usual, but either way, we got it done. Like we always do in the Clutch Kicker Nation garage, one way or another, the things just seem to get done, and that is just what I love. I love being able to complete projects. So yeah, I'm signing off. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later!